Ohio has a very rich history of indigenous people and Native Americans, as we are called. In this understanding, it is being slipped right through our fingers, and without understanding and knowledge, you begin to not really understand who and what you are. The reason for that is because you must know these things in the assimilation of our people becoming from what they were to becoming in the white ways. This is why they say Ohio, the importance of the past is that Ohio has a rich American Indian heritage. From the fluted spear points of the early Ice Age explorers to the gigantic earthworks of the so-called Hopewell and the enduring legacy of the Logan and Tecumseh. Sadly, much of this heritage is slipping through our fingers because many people are simply unaware of the importance of the traces, in other words, not true history written, but traces left. This is one of the few places left in the world where you're given history and facts of our indigenous people, of the past that lie just beneath the surface of Ohio's beautiful landscape. And as I was saying before, when you go in here and you go to Tecumseh, Ohio, they killed Tecumseh. And this is the pictures of assimilation and the assimilation of the article of the ordinance 1782. 1782, they began to do the assimilation of the Native Americans. And what they did is through the art of trade and through a church. The Methodist church was called the Wyandots. And what happened is they taught them how to deal with things in not the Native American way, but what they said was they tried to show them and influence them. And so what they did, they made several Indians ministers. And between this, they began to convert them into what they call the assimilation of the people. And what happened is they began to understand that the Shawnee leaders, and what happened is he began to get stronger because he was the chief. Black Hoof was, but they fired him. They fired him and released him from his duties because he didn't do the paperwork. And the experiment in adopting the white ways failed. He could not accept the total white way assimilation. So they released him from this. So all his efforts were in vain, but he still saved his people because he did not adopt to the white ways and the paperwork. He just could not handle it because the English was bastardized and the ways went against his ancestral spirits. This is why they make this announcement and they say this is only a trace of this, but in this museum, it explains the heritage of some of our people and the breakdown of a world that stood still. And now, let's bring it alive and bring it back to the ancient, and to the way of Aya, Aloha Aya.
Damn, ever since this moment right here, so-called Ohio ain't never been the same.